What's going on, my Century Guinness? I'm the Centuryman Hisso, back again with a footballing topic video. This time going to talk about Harry Maguire. Harry Mags. Harry Mags. Holy shit. This dude is on the radar for the last few days, but for bad reasons. So, as usual, Harry Maguire's in the England team. I think he was part of the England setup for 5 years now, because he was part of the England team reaching the World Cup semi-finals 5 years ago. He was part of that team, I think, when England reached the semi-finals and finished third of the inaugural Nations League. Then he was part of the team reaching the final of the Euros 2 years ago, lost to Italy. So, he got called up to England without playing minutes for Manchester United. I think he played a few minutes of the game against Arsenal. And then also he's called up. It's just whatever. I don't want to get into it, because, this dude is a bitch. But anyway, so last Saturday, he played with his country when England played Ukraine I think it's in Poland, because he cannot play in Ukraine because you got Russian troops. Anyway, so he set up the Zinchenko goal for the opener, and then England equalised with, I think it was Kyle Walker. Maguire marked his own teammate. I think that was Mark Guy. So yeah, marking his own player instead of Zinchenko. And then about a few days later, I think it was 4 days later, and then 2 days ago, he came on. We're playing Scotland in the friendly. I don't know who he's come off. I don't know who he. I know Lewis Dunk was playing. I don't know. I can't. But anyway, he came on as a substitute, and he scored an own goal. And now, 1 day later, Harry Maguire's mother released a statement to defend his son, because she has rights, because his son is getting abused by fans. I'm gonna say this dude is a bitch, because I think like the fans saying you shit, because you are shit. This dude is so. I don't know him in real life. Maybe he's a nice person. We don't know. But this dude is... God, that dude is full of it, man. Like you think he's... he's better, I don't need to leave Manchester United because this dude was linked with West Ham. I think West Ham prepared for a bid. But Maguire turned it down because he doesn't want to get a pay cut. I'm going to blame this on Ten Hag. This is more than a Southgate thing, but this is a Ten Hag thing, because he had an opportunity to... First off, he stripped Maguire of the captaincy of Manchester United, I think it was months ago. And now he's not selling him to West Ham. And now I think Maguire shot himself in his own foot. He's basically going to fuck up his career, because, I think he's on 190 grand per week at Manchester United. I think if he goes to West Ham, it'll be for 90, I think it was 90 grand. So it's about, basically he doesn't want a pay cut, so basically he's staying and pissing off fans. You're pissing off a lot of United fans, because might do a future video on Manchester United. It's for the last few weeks it's been dominated by United. Because of a few months about Manchester United for the wrong things. The stuff with the Qatari bid. I don't want to get into that. The stuff with Jadon Sancho, Anthony, the Brazilian wingers. Is that month. I don't want to get into that, but that's another topic for another time. But anyway, with Harry Maguire, this dude thinks he's Billy Big Bollocks, and he's get offended on social media because of a lot of fans saying you're crap, because you are crap. Because you're getting a free pass. You're getting a free pass because you're not showing the performance, because because he's been at Manchester United for 4 years now. For 18 minutes. I think he's the most expensive defender. I don't know. I'm not too sure that's in Europe, but in England. But you never done the work. You probably have an goal once in the full moon, but besides that, you're making error after error after error, and then you're getting a free pass. I think if Ten Hag had the balls if he has the balls, you had the opportunity to drop him. You had the opportunity to take the captaincy off him, give it to Bruno Fernandes. Was it Fernandes or Fernandes? I'll call him Fernandes, but he's another shit player. Like I said, I might do a video on Manchester United. That's another future topic for another time. But anyway, I'm focusing more on Maguire. And now he's likely going to play because I think Lisandro Martinez is injured. He's going to cost Ten Hag his job because I blame him. This is a Ten Hag thing. Like I said, I don't think it's kind of a Southgate thing, but I think it's a Ten Hag thing because you had an opportunity. You got, first off, it's a bit of a mixed bag. First, you took the captaincy off him, and now you're not going to sell him to West Ham. You're going to play him, pissing off a lot of fans, and he's going to cost you your job. This dude had opportunities. You got an opportunity to if I was Ten Hag right now, I will put him in the reserves. It'd be good because you get able to try and improve your craft as a defender, prove your skills, or sell him. You should have had an opportunity to sell him. If it's I don't know what the bid is, it'd be not on the same level as the £80 million bid. United bought Maguire, but at least you were out of the club. You're selling for a decent amount of money, but no, Maguire is not having it because you don't want a pay cut because you're a millionaire. Who gives a shit? It's 90 grand. You're nearly 190 grand. That's nearly 2 grand or 200 grand. And this dude is walking around thinking he's Billy Big Bollocks. He thinks everyone owes him anything because no, you don't. No one owns you anything because you can't defend. You're just a big dude. England's a different story because international football and club football is two different ball games. But you can't tackle. You can't win a ball. You're just a big dude, a big brainless dude, and your family, is defending you. Why does Maguire just take some responsibility? Football players, end of the day, needs to take some responsibility instead of having your family member, whether it's your mother, your father, your brother, sister, whatever, fighting your battles. Take some responsibility, man, because they're taking the stick more than you. For you, you're scoring own goals because you're brainless. You're a brainless dumbass. You think you're the best defender in the world, even though you're terrible. If you go to West Ham, you might improve. You might redeem himself. You could likely win the England squad. But now you think Man United's the be all end all. If you'll leave Manchester United, that's the end of your England career. No, you can still be in the England squad. Because you hardly play, Harry. You played about one game. So far in your footballing career, you won one trophy. That is the League Cup. You got relegated, I think it was 3 times or twice. I think he was part of because he was playing for Sheffield United. I think they were in the lower division at the time, Championship League One. Then years later, he went to Hull City, and they got relegated. That's twice. And then about 1 year ago, England relegated to League B of the Nations League. So 3 times. You lost, I think it was 3 finals. You lost the Europa League final, an FA Cup final, and a Euro final. It could be 3 trophies if you do the work. But now you're just a selfish piece of shit, and you're getting abused by I'm not going to call them dickheads, but by people on social media, whether it's Instagram or Facebook or whatever, or because you had 2 bad performances. Because the Ukraine game, after the I seen the Ukraine game, he was okay a bit, but in the Scotland game, you should have taken responsibility. I'm kind of contradicting myself, but the point is, you're a football player. You should have do the work, do the math, trying to prove why you're in Manchester United. I think in this delusional way for Maguire, you sound from, you did well at Leicester. You were half decent at Leicester, and then Man United bought you for 80 million. You thought you'd made it. No, you can't say that. Until you're performing well at the club week in, week out, then you can say you consider winning trophies, and then you can consider you made it. But now you think you made it because you're proving your brand. You don't care about winning trophies. You care about your brand. That's what these dickhead football players are, including Marcus Rashford, including this Jadon Sancho. Any dickhead football players in the modern era you think of, they think they're done well with a small club, get transferred to a big club, and then they say, oh, they made it. No, you got to perform well week in, week out. But so far, I don't think Maguire had a good season at Manchester United. He's been in the club for 4 years. I don't know what season he did well. Most of the time, he's making error after error after error. He's wearing number 5 because that's Rio Ferdinand's number. He's the captain of Manchester United, even though this dude is not a leader. He's not a leader. It's the truth. Harry Maguire is not a leader. I know it's Solskjaer given the captaincy. I think that's the reason why he got sacked. He's not a leader because there's no leaders at Manchester United. And now he's done what recently? Scoring own goals. I think he did score own goals at Manchester United so far in his 4-year career at the club. He's still at the club. And now he's refused to get a pay cut. Now he's getting his family member, his mum, do a statement to stop his son getting abused by people. It's not abuse. If people say you're shit. How about use this abuse and turn it into motivation? And trying to improve your skills as a defender, and maybe people won't get pissed off at you. It's this dude needs to grow up. I think he's 30 years of age. You don't give a shit about football. You're absolute pony as a football player. You done jack shit in your time at Manchester United. You're there to make. You're nicking the living. You're nicking a living. That £100,000, was it £100,000 per year or per week? That could be for players better than you. Like I said, I might do a video on Manchester United. And that's another topic for another time. But anyway, so that's my 2 cents on Harry Maguire. I try to keep it short and simple, folks. I think this dude is a bitch. he's basically jeopardizing his own career because, like, he thinks like if he leaves Manchester United, his England career is going to be over. It's like, it's not. Like, don't get me wrong about Harry Maguire playing for England, because if you watch Harry Maguire playing for England in tournaments, he was not too bad. Like in those 3 tournaments, World Cup 2018, Euro 2021, and the last World Cup in Qatar, he was fine. I think in Euro 20 or 21, because it was delayed due to the COVID pandemic, I think he was in the squad of the tournament. Maybe it was 2021, he had a good season, a good year, and then all of a sudden, he fell off the radar. I don't know if he was on the radar, but